Welcome back. And over now to Joyce Sohaja for Around the World in 5.
Good evening from the Channel's newsroom in London. We begin tonight in Hanoi and the sudden cutting short of the second summit meeting between President Trump and Kim Jong-un. There had been hopes of a deal for the denuclearization of North Korea in exchange for the lifting of US-led sanctions. But instead of reaching an agreement, the two leaders reached an impasse. Isabel Morgan reports.
A telling image. The working lunch was cancelled. The talking was over. President Trump told a news conference the reason for the collapse of the summit.
Basically, they wanted the sanctions lifted in their entirety, and we couldn't do that. They were willing to denuke a large portion of the areas that we wanted, but we couldn't give up all of the sanctions for that. So we continue to work, and we'll see, but we had to walk away from that particular suggestion.
And with that, the much-vaunted meeting was at an end. Day 2 of the summit had seemed to start so well. Both leaders appeared positive.
And let me assure you that I will do all my best to bring a good result ultimately today.
Speed is not that important to me. I very much appreciate no testing of nuclear rockets, missiles, any of it. Very much appreciate it.
And before the actual negotiations started, for the first time, the North Korean leader responded to a question from the foreign media. Was he willing to denuclearize?
If I'm not willing to do that, I won't be here right now.
That's a good answer.
But within a few hours, the scheduled signing of an agreement was formally called off. And President Trump left Hanoi with no indication when the two leaders might meet again. Isabel Morgan, Channel's Television News.
Now to the crisis in relations between India and Pakistan. Although there have been some positive signs of attempts to lessen tensions, the skies over disputed Kashmir are still far from peaceful. Once again, troops from both sides exchanged fire in the Poonch district of Indian Kashmir. And as the day dawned in New Delhi, the focus was on the fate of the Indian pilot captured by Pakistan earlier this week. There were protests and prayers for his safety and demanding his release. They were calls that were apparently soon to be answered. Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan made an announcement in Parliament.
As a peace gesture, we will be releasing him tomorrow.
However, the Indian Prime Minister's tone appeared to be less conciliatory.
India will live as one. India will work as one. India will grow as one. India will fight as one. India will win as one.
And India has imposed tightened security across all states bordering Pakistan, and the tensions throughout the region continue. We now turn to the United States, where Washington has been gripped by the testimony of President Trump's former attorney, Michael Cohen, to a congressional committee. The hearing is investigating President Trump's campaign finances, compliance with tax laws, business practices, and potential conflicts of interest. Michael Cohen was convicted last November for lying to Congress, among other offences, and will begin a 3-year prison sentence in May. From the moment he was sworn in, he launched a series of devastating attacks on the man for whom he once said he would take a bullet.
He is a racist, he is a con man, and he is a cheat. And he told me that black people would never vote for him because they were too stupid. He asked me to pay off an adult film star with whom he had an affair and to lie about it to his wife. I fear that if he loses the election in 2020, that there will never be a peaceful transition of power.
Armed assailants set fire to an Ebola treatment center in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo in the second such attack in a matter of days. The centers are run by the French medical charity Médecins Sans Frontières. This was the aftermath of the torching of the center, which had been caring for 38 suspected Ebola patients and 12 confirmed cases. MSF has been operating in the area since the outbreak began. So far, more than 550 people have been killed by the disease, which has infected over 300 more. And finally, a motorist was left clinging for his life when a flash flood tore through the Arazim Valley near Jerusalem. Fortunately, the emergency services reached him in time. And that's your international news around the world in 5.
Thanks a lot, Joyce. Time now for sports news. Here's Ayotunde Balogun.
Many thanks, Amarachi. Well, the Handball Federation of Nigeria has postponed the date for the first phase of the 2019 Handball Premier League, initially scheduled to hold from April the 2nd to the 14th. This followed the involvement of Nigeria in the upcoming IHF Challenge Trophy, scheduled for Kosovo, Albania, from April the 10th to the 14th this year. Super Falcons forward Francisca Odega has become the latest African to move to the Chinese Women's Super League after signing for Shanghai FC. The 25-year-old joined the Shanghai club side for the 2019 season from United States Women's Soccer League side Washington Spirit, where she made 63 appearances in a 4-year spell. Fulham have sacked manager Claudio Ranieri, with Scott Parker taking caretaker charge of the London club side, who are sitting 19th in the English Premier League. The Italians' last game was Wednesday's 2-0 defeat by Southampton, which left the Cottagers 10 points from safety with just 10 league games remaining. Ranieri took over in November last year after the sacking of Slavica Jokanovic. Spanish international Jordi Alba has committed himself to FC Barcelona until 2024 by signing a new contract. The 29-year-old's new deal includes a €500 million release clause. Alba joined the Spanish champions from Valencia in 2012 and has made 282 appearances, winning 14 trophies, including 4 La Liga titles. Roger Federer State Carmen eliminated Hungarian Martin Fucsovic 7-6, 6-4 in 1 hour and 56 minutes to continue his pursuit of a historic 100th tour level title at the Dubai Duty Free Tennis Championship. Federer remained undefeated as he advanced to the last 4, where he holds a 51-6 record for the 11th time. Well, Stefanos Tsitsipas moved into the last 4 of the Dubai Championships after coming through a grueling quarter-final encounter with Hubert Hurkacz to win 7-6, 6-7, 6-1 and set up a meeting with Gael Monfils, the Frenchman. Now, the Greek had to dig deep to get past his opponent, who knocked out top seed Kai Nishikori in the second round, going the distance in the first 2 sets and being broken when serving for the match, before seeing off the world number 77 after more than 2 1/4 hours.
Very good. And second set, Hurkacz.
I'm Ayotunde Balogun. That's a wrap with sports news. The news at 10 continues shortly.
And the main news again. The National Peace Committee has met with presidential candidates of the PDP, Atiku Abubakar, and party members over the outcome of the presidential elections. Attention has shifted to the governorship elections in March, on March 9th, as INEC chairman orders resident electoral commissioners to learn from mistakes of the presidential elections. National chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Adams Oshomole, has said the PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar is not destined to be president. And that's it on the news at 10 tonight. Thanks for watching. I am Amarachi Ubani. Good night.